What's going on, all you Dragon Ball super fans? Of course, we are back with another manga review, and this one could get a little bit yard ratty. Alright guys, so if you guys haven't heard recently, there's been a huge little interesting little thing happening in this chapter. I think like every chapter is pretty interesting personally, but I will say probably a few chapters, I think with the Majin Buu part, that was really fascinating to me personally. For the most part, this chapter was alright. It kind of seemed a bit similar to like the whole Frieza Force, I guess you could say. Starts off with the Galactic Patrol, we go back to their station, and we find out that Moro's wish actually opens all the gates in the prison and everybody escapes. Now there are a few people that they did point out that you could tell were kind of the main bad guys of the group, I guess you could say. But anyways, they all gathered a bunch of bandits together and they took off from the Galactic Patrol station and started headed for Namek. Now I guess Moro made a deal with these guys because the way the main leader of the group, he kind of was like, thank you, Moro. Alright. Anyways, of course, they move on, and Moro's like, hey, remember that second wish, of course? Well, guess what? Yeah, I freed everybody, by the way, from prison. So, congrats to you guys. You probably don't have any more prisoners. But as he was mentioning that, we see a random spaceship show up, and of course, who could be on that ship? It's the bandits. Yes, it's those thieving, maniacal prisoners that came to Namek. And anyways, Moro gets on the ship with them and pretty much was like, alright boys, go for them! So Goku and Vegeta are fighting them off. And of course, Moro is in the background trying to get a bunch of energy again and is absorbing the planet and also Vegeta and Goku. Now, I think Moro knew for a fact that these warriors that, well I should say the prisoners that were fighting against Goku and Vegeta, he knew for a fact that these guys are tough. So what's the best way to make them weaker while fighting these guys? And the best bet was to make them lose energy. You see Goku fight, he goes from Super Saiyan Blue to Super Saiyan God, and then all of a sudden to Super Saiyan 3 all of a sudden. And then, of course, Goku and Vegeta are down to just Super Saiyans at this point. And they're like, what are we gonna do? These guys are really tough all of a sudden, and we're losing energy fast. Like, how can we fight these guys off? We're pretty much doomed at this point. So anyways, what happens is that Goku says, let's retreat. We have to get out of here somehow. We have to leave. We have to go back to the Galactic Patrol Station and figure out what we can do from here. Because we're screwed. We got pretty much no energy coming back from us unless we leave. So the only best bet is to get off this planet somehow. So what happens is that Goku is like, alright, everyone grab my hand. We're going to do instant transmission. But Vegeta says, no. I'm done with this. I'm done. It's stupid god powers, stupid magic tricks. I'm done with this bullshit. He's like, I'm leaving you, Kakarot. I'm done. I'm gonna go now. So he takes off to the spaceship, gets there, and says, hey, you're taking me to Yadrat. That's pretty much where it ends off. And a lot of people are very curious of what he's gonna learn there. What kind of fascinating things is he gonna be taught there? I don't really know much about Yadrat personally. I don't think anyone else does. But I have a weird feeling that there's something with that planet that Vegeta knows about that maybe Goku might not know about. I feel like. But at the same time, maybe he might learn instant transmission as well. I think it'd be really cool to see that happen personally. To see Vegeta, have instant transmission. Because then that way they're not holding each other's hands half the time. And it would be really fascinating just to see both of them like beside each other and just be like, let's go, and then they both teleport that way. Instead of saying, hey, hold my hand half the time, I gotta drag you around everywhere I go. So, I don't know, I think it'd be really fascinating to see that personally, and to see which direction they take this story personally, because I kind of want to know how they're going to defeat Moro, because Moro so far is probably one of the most powerful beings they've ever fought. Now, I can say that Goku did fight Kid Buu, and it was a tough fight and all, but at the same time, there was never really much of a retreat, and at the same time, it went from Majin Buu to Super Buu to Kid Buu, so there's like different forms, but Moro doesn't seem like he has another form. He just seems like he's just one dude, that this is my power, and that's it. And I'm kind of curious where they're gonna take that leap. So I don't know. And I feel like I said, this is kind of like, this is the big deal. Like, this is the big picture. And I've always thought of this. Now, a lot of people can backlash me on this part, but I always felt that even though Goku and Vegeta were very powerful, to have Super Saiyan God on their side, it just feels like they're somehow weak. Now, I don't know if that's just personally me, the way I look at it, because it's like, they fight our fighters, and they're like, oh, we have God powers, we have God Ki now, we're just so invincible, and then all of a sudden they go fight these average people who don't have God powers, and they're just like, oh man, they're so tough, I gotta go in this form, and you know, and get really powerful. Either that, or they're not trying. That's just my point of view. I just feel like there's something off here. So, I don't know. You guys let me know about that personally in the comment section below. But, other than that, that's pretty much it for the review. It's not a big review. It's a very short summary of how this chapter went. But, I don't know. It's intriguing so far how this chapter's going. And like I said, it's very fascinating to see where Vegeta is going to go from here. So, but other than that, guys, while watching, hit the like before subscribe new, and I'll see you, of course, in the next videos. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.